I'm a first-generation Australian Sikh. Sikhs, if you've never heard of them, they can be recognised by their turbans and beards, and we have a lot of hair. I'm so scared they're going to buzz. My act is definitely going to be very controversial, so you better brace yourselves, Australia. If you're not in Australia, where the bloody hell are you? Remember the bingle jingle? Inviting the world to mix and mingle, where a fair go was your welcome mat? Unless you're of caramel descent, then ain't nobody got time for that. You see, rocking up for my first job at Coles was like a scene on Border Patrol. We don't want no illegal workers here in Australia. What makes you Australian? Is it a Southern Cross tattoo or wombat stew crumbled with a Dunkaroo? Do you think of a time when Australia's learnt to share and care and dare to wear its heart on its face, fully aware that most of us in this place are far from fair, but brown and black and slow to attack, but quick to embrace a warm Australia? I'm confused as to why, on Australia Day, when the night sky spews bigot bile, I'm left traumatised. When a teen rips off my uncle's turban, I'm an enraged flame of pain and shame and sorrow for tomorrow when a hooning ute throws a rotten peach at my dad and screams, "Go home, you bloody terrorist." I plead to you, Lara, where the bloody hell are we? My people, the Sikhs, came here in 1860 with camels and carts and courageous hearts, and look at the maxi taxi. We're still driving and steering this country, in offices and hospitals and even on stage. So when people tell me and my family to go home to where we came from, I reply with a smile, tongue-in-cheek, "Mate, we've been right at home for the past 150 years. I'm not the one that's a freak. I'm fully Sikh."
Sukhjit Kaur Khalsa.
I'm so happy to be here. Thank you so much for waiting around. Sorry I was late. Now we're gonna have a little chat, and then I might do like a couple of poems if you feel like it. And I want you to start thinking about, you know, what makes you you. So my name's Sukhjit, and what makes me Sukhjit is my identity. And the fact that I'm a Sikh and I was born in a Sikh family. I'm a woman, so I'm a young woman. I'm an Australian, and most of all, I'm a human. So sometimes when we go out in society and when we don't really treat each other with respect, we forget that we're all human. And it's such a simple thing that I'm sure you all learn about in all your, like in your education system and in your Sikh study classes. Yeah? Does everyone know that we're all human here? Is any alien sitting in the class? There's no aliens, is there? I know my mum used to call me an alien, and she was just like, I don't know, that's a weird creature. There was like a big storm like the night before I was born. And my family used to joke, they're like, "Oh man, the whānau, oh my God, there's such a big storm. We knew something weird was going to happen into the world." And definitely something weird happened, and this creature popped out. So I know you guys are feeling a bit like, "Oh, I'm tired." It's like, what, 8:15 a.m. I've got a long day. What time do you guys finish school? 2:30? 2:30. That's a long day, isn't it? And then you get lunch, and you get to go home and then chill out and do some homework. But I want you to like try to be present here today. You know, forget about all your thoughts of what's going to happen next and what happened yesterday and what you watched on TV and what you ate for breakfast. Well, you just try to be present, right? And that's what, you were just doing some Simran, so that was an amazing way to start. So we've got, put your hand up if you're Sikh in this room. Put your hand up, of course, put your hand up if you identify as Muslim. Put your hand up if you are Jewish. Jewish? Do you identify as Jew? Sorry, you put your hand up? Oh, Hindu, cool, awesome. And do we have any people who don't really believe in a religion? Yeah, we've got some. Would you call yourself an atheist? I don't know. Yeah? Would that be a cool thing? Cool. Awesome. So we've got people from all walks of life. Let's just imagine that this is you guys represent society. you guys like over here, you can represent Australia if you want. You guys like can be little New Zealand. You can be England. You guys can be America, Canada in the back. Just chuck you at the back. And we've got like South America. We have Asia. Big Asia. Asia. So, and you guys are like, oh, discriminate because I'm brown. No. It's funny, in Australia, Asia is actually considered, Asians, when you could refer to someone being Asian, it's actually not Indian. Like, Indian is classified as something totally different. Over here, when you say Asian, it actually means Indian, which is really interesting language. Anyways, I'm not here to talk about Asians today. I'm here to talk about some pretty weird stuff that goes on when you're in high school. And the first thing is bullying. Now, I'm not going to ask you to put your hand up because that's a bit of a confronting thing, because it's a pretty bad time to go through when you're getting bullied. But I want you to think about anyone in this room. I don't want you to put your hand up, but I want you to think of it. Imagine you're putting your hand up. So who here in this room has felt like, you know, they've got bullied in the past? And it could be in the house, it could be in school, it could be in society, it could be at the bus stop, it could be at the shopping centre, it could be anywhere. And I want you to also think about those, and this is a harder question, those that have been the bully in the past. And it's interesting because we never acknowledge that part. We always think that, no, it's just the victim, it's just you know, the bullying part that is also hard. But you also forget that the bullies, I wonder what made people want to do that. And sometimes I think it's because, I don't know how you guys feel, but when I was bullied in high school, it was not fun. I was called Gorilla Girl, like you saw in that video. Did you watch that hairy video? Was it the hairy one that you watched? No. You watched the Advanced Australia Fair, the one about Australia?
Yes.
And racism?
Yes.
Okay, so you didn't...
Australia's Got Talent.
Australia's Got Talent one. Okay, cool. Well, there's a second episode from Australia's Got Talent. And that was a piece, which I might as well just do now because I thought you just saw that one. And that one was inspired by, you know, being bullied in high school. And there would be boys who'd be like, oh my God, look everyone, it's Gorilla Girl! Hairiest legs in the world, man. I'm like, far out, Guinness World Book of Records, here I come. Seriously, how would you like to be called that every day? I'm sure some of you actually do get called. I'm sure some of you actually do get bullied for something on your body that you might not like. And you know what? If I was sitting in your spot right now and I wish someone came up to me and said, you know what? What's your name? Jessica. You know what, Jessica? You know what, Jessica? I know that this will all pass. I know that, or whatever you're going through, whatever, like, you know, people think of you, and sometimes it goes, you know, massive in your brain, and you're like, oh my God, the world hates me, the whole school hates me, and they think I'm ugly, and they don't think I'm good looking, or, you know, they don't think I'm good enough for the sport thing, they don't think I'm good enough for this and that and that. And sometimes that stuff is really hard to fit in your brain. And, you know, it's not just a high school thing, it's not just like a thing that as soon as you get out of year 12, it's going to automatically stop. The great thing about being who you guys are right now and having an identity and knowing a little bit about who you are and, you know, having these struggles is so important, because when you leave high school, you're gonna be able to deal with things so much better. And you're gonna be able to face those challenges and face those struggles, because those struggles are not gonna stop. I wish I could stand here and say, you know what, after high school, life's gonna be so easy. No! Life's gonna be hard. But it's about how you're gonna challenge those things and how you're gonna confront them head on. And we need, you know, I don't know what your parents are like, but sometimes parents can be like, oh, you know, this is what, you know, they kind of like teach you religion, and they're like, oh yeah, so you're a Sikh, you're a Muslim, you're a Hindu, or, you know, you don't really have religion, and, you know, this is there's a value set. Families all have value sets, whether you have a religion or not, right? They've got some values, and they're like, we want our kids to, you know, have these values. And sometimes parents forget that, you know, you guys have minds of your own, and you guys need some room to grow, and you need some room to explore. So next time, you know, your parents are like forcing stuff down your throat, you should be like, you know what, Mum and Dad, I actually want to express myself in this way today, or I don't necessarily want to be this particular person that you want me to be. And I want you to actually, in the next time, you know, when you're walking down the street and someone, has anyone experienced racism in this country? Yeah, a little bit? A little bit? And what have people called you? What's one thing? Just shout it out. Turbinator. That's a pretty cool one. My brother actually had that on his, like, leavers jacket. Turbinator. Okay, called you Turbinator. What else? Tell me. Shout it out. Packy. Papa Smurf. Give me another one. Curry Muncher. My favourite. Gorilla. Another one? Any girls? Girls, have you experienced anything? The N-word. I do not like the N-word, right? N-word sucks. A packy. Sorry, what? What does that mean? Gutti, like meaning you're Judah? Oh, bobblehead. Yeah. Okay, well, all those things, I want you to imagine that thing, the worst thing someone's called you. Okay, I want everyone to do this, whether you want to or not. I don't care, because I'm a bit mean like that. So, think of the worst thing someone has called you, whether it's something racist, whether it's something, you know, about your body, or something that you know, it could be like big ears or elephant ears or, I don't know, big nose. Squidward. Do you guys know what SpongeBob SquarePants is? I used to be called Squidward because of my nose. I love my nose now. Hated my nose then, but now I love it. And so imagine the worst thing someone has called you. Can everyone do that? Has everyone got something in their head? Who hasn't got anything? Who's just an amazing individual who's just like, you haven't really got anything? Kind of half-handing, yeah, that's all right, that's all right. Okay, so if you have that thing in your brain, that the worst thing someone's called you, I want you to imagine being best friends with the person that is, so imagine someone screaming that at you. Can you imagine that? Your imagination's pretty wild. Imagine that person screaming, whatever the word is. What were they? Curry muncher, towel head, gorilla girl. Imagine that person screaming that at you. What does it feel like? Feels really weird, right? Does it feel bad? Does it feel good? Do you feel weird because you're like, why are you getting me to do this? Huh? Any emotions? Anything? You're just feeling nothing. What are you feeling? Neutral. You don't get affected. That's amazing. We all want to be at that stage. We don't want to be affected. We want to be best friends with the person that calls us that. We want to imagine ourselves having cha with that person. We want to imagine having a picnic with that person. Do you know why? Because change does not happen when we stick to our little circles and our little comfortable squares where we think that, oh, nah, you know what? I'm just going to sit with people that agree with me and have the same opinions as me and, you know, and accept me for who I am. That's very important. That's what family's for and that's what friends are for. But when you go off into the workplace, when you go off into university, when you go off to any path that you choose, if you move countries, you're going to experience stuff. And that stuff isn't going to get any easier, like I said earlier. And those bullies that we think that just exist in high school, and then when you get out into the real world, they're not going to exist. They're going to be there. They're going to be waiting for you. And you know what? And you're going to be so prepared. You have to be so prepared to be, you know, so comfortable in your own 2 feet, in your own shoes, that they are so intimidated. And they're like, whoa, man. And that's what bullies are. They're scared. They're scared that they don't know themselves. And they are so jealous that they don't want to actually show that maybe, oh my God, I don't know who I am. Maybe I think I'm ugly. Maybe I think I'm not good enough. And that's why if I tell Jessica that no, she's not good enough, then it'll make me feel better. And is that how we want to live? Did someone say yes? No, I mean, yeah, I get what you're talking about, yeah. But no, we don't want to live in a world where we think to get better in society and achieve things and be successful, that we're going to put someone else down. That's not fun. And I know your teachers say this all the time. I know all your teachers will harp on about bullying. But you know, when I used to sit in that exact same spot and someone would come in, you know, around my age and talk about bullying, everyone else would roll their eyes. People would sit there and just go, oh yeah, bullying, ha ha ha, I bullied you, ha ha ha, it's so funny. I'd be like, oh yeah, ha ha ha, bullying, it's funny. And then you experience it and you're like, nah mate, that's not funny. That is traumatizing. Your mental health can be all stuffed up. And when you can go out through your whole life and never have dealt with that, what happened there. But do you know what I did in high school? Did I get my parents to come in and talk to the bullies? No. Did I get my teachers to talk to my bullies? No. I was in year 12. I was head girl of the school. You guys have like prefects, right? I was head girl of my school, and I thought, I can't make change in the school. I'm going to leave this high school and feel like I didn't even leave my mark. And then while I was getting bullied for 4 years, and I smiled about it, because that's what we do. We go, haha, it's not happening, I'm fine. And then it's not fine, and you're like, mate, I'm actually getting really affected by this. I can't concentrate on studies. I'm up here in an assembly, and there's boys screaming stuff at me, and I'm meant to just smile and say it's okay. Am I not human, like I said earlier? Do we not recognize that we all have experiences? And if we actually start sharing how we feel and, let people into our shoes and take off, you guys have taken your shoes off, Hannah. That's amazing. If you take your shoes off and that's the only time you can actually step into another pair of shoes. Imagine me trying to get into your shoes. What was your name? Sunmeet? Imagine if I got into your shoes wearing my shoes. Would I fit into your shoes? Nay, Hannah, I wouldn't fit into your shoes. But if I took off my shoes, maybe if we were the same size, I could fit into your shoes. And what does that mean? That means that if we have our own filters, what does a filter mean? A filter means like your own experiences and your own judgments and your own upbringing and how you've seen the world and how, your parents have given your values. And if you try to step into someone else's shoes with all those thoughts in there, you're not going to be able to openly, let that person share what they need to share. You're going to judge them and you're going to be like, oh, that person said that. Nah, this is how I want to do it. This is not how you should do things. That's wrong. That's wrong. But unless you actually take, and that, you know what that word is called when you can step into someone else's shoes? It's called empathy. So on that, how long have we got? A few more minutes. Okay, well, we've got an option. I've got 2 poems. Let's do one, but I'm going to give you the option of which one you'd like to hear. So the first poem is about being a hairy gal, but I also think that in the next couple of sessions that we have, we can talk about hair there. So it's not completely, you won't, for the girls out there who really want to talk about hair, we're definitely going to talk about that. Second poem is about changing the world with your own 2 hands. So put your hand up if you want to hear the hairy poem. Put your hand up if you want to hear the changing of the world 2 hands thing. Okay, cool. Okay, good. Everyone's like, hair, ew, that's so disgusting. I don't want to talk about hair. Oh my God. I know what you're thinking. Okay. So, for this poem, the only way it's going to work is if we're going to get a bit touchy-feely and we're going to hold each other's hands, and I don't care what you say. I don't care if you're like, I don't want to touch that person's hand. Oh my God. He's got cuties. Ew. I don't care. Hang on. I didn't say to touch someone's hand, you don't need to talk. Hang on. Guys, since when did I say, talk amongst yourselves? No, I did not say that. So, respect, mate. R-E-S-P-C-T. You know what it means to me. So, look at these amazing girls. They have done it. Now, can you do it? Hold your hand of the person next to you. Bros, I know boys, you're like, hang on. When I'm talking, once again, does not take your mouth to hold someone's hand, because we don't hold hands with our mouths, we hold hands with our hands. So, everyone must be touching another human being in the room, because I know you're like, I know boys are like, oh my God, that's not going to be masculine. Oh, if I touch someone's hand, they're going to know that, like, I actually have feelings and, like, I like having friends. Get over it, seriously. In India, people, like, hold pinkies and that, okay? And boys, men, not even girls, men actually walk around with pinkies. You've seen the Just Rain videos, you know what I'm talking about. Just Rain, exactly. So, everyone, you have to, otherwise, I will go to Australia and tell everyone that Khalsa College don't like to hold hands. That's right. Good. I'm so happy. I saw you before. You were like, oh, I don't want to do this. And now you are. I'm very proud of you. So everyone must be holding another individual's hand. And the reason why I'm getting you to do this is because this poem was inspired by a song. And I don't know if you guys have heard of the song. It's quite old. It was like, we can change the world with our own two hands, make it a brighter place with our own two hands, with our own two hands. And I thought, oh, that's a really cool thing. You know, after Australia's Got Talent, I got all these people messaging. Everyone's still holding their hand, by the way. Don't just like, After Australia's Got Talent, I'm really testing you. I love it. After Australia's Got Talent, I got all these messages and people are like, oh my God, you're my inspiration. Oh my God, you're a role model. And I was like, whoa, don't put me on the pedestal, man. Don't give me an ego boost. You can also do change. You can also do something about it. So when, you know, you put a poster of Beyonce in your room, or I don't know, Muhammad Ali, I don't know what your role models are. NSYNC? No, that's not you. I don't know what. One Direction. One Direction. That's what you guys are into. No? No one's into... Wow! It must be just like an Australian thing. Well, whoever your role model is, and you put a poster up in the room and you're like, oh, salivating, oh, I want to be like that person. Just be like, you know what? They're human too. I'm sorry to say this, but they poo the same way. Everyone poos the same way. Everyone's the same. So let's not discriminate and let's not idolize people, because at the end of the day, we can also do what they're doing. If we worked hard as like Beyonce, we could also be shaking our booty and doing what she's doing, okay? It's very much possible. So, everyone still holding hands? Good. Now we're going to finish, because I know I've taken a lot of your time. I'm going to do this poem. And then we're going to... Hello, I did not say talk. You don't want to see my evil side, okay? They used to call me the Suki monster. Okay, so... And also, this poem, I'm going to be telling you to do things, but don't do them. It's a test, okay? Don't do them, because I want you to stay holding hands, okay? So just always remember, if I say, oh, hands up, don't do that. Just hold hands. Stay holding hands, okay, the whole time. Hands up if you watch the news every night and can't decide on fight or flight or might is right. Hands up, everybody, and wave them in the air like you just care. He told me, my bro, leave this earth better than at your birth when you go. So I look at these hands, 2 brown hands. One day I heard my mum say, my name's Sukhjit, it means winner of peace. So I thought I had to be a political feature, a spiritual preacher, anything but this hairy-legged creature. But then I saw the hands. My big sister said to me, hold my hand, band, baby, and look with me. When you gaze at this country, what do you see? Do you see stats or spirits, boundless plains or borders? When you look at the stars, do you see Southern Crosses or 7 Sisters? My hands have hope. So don't protect me from the world, Papa. My hands like yours are for working, Papa. Come build with me an empire of empathy. Friends, hold my hand and walk the streets with me. Do you see the superheroes every day, white, black and grey, curly and straight, giving their time of day, helping me on my way, laughing and having their say, teaching their kids like I'll teach mine to tend and mend and spend the time on another, 'cause a stranger is not always danger. So wave those hands, wave hello, shake those hands, shake 'em off, yo. Use those hands to touch, not type or like or emoji wink, you're all right. You'll feel the love and compassion no text can provide. Take a stand, hands, they're yours. I might be the wordsmith, but with your applause, action this poetry and find your cause. Join this girl from Perth on a mission to leave this earth better than we found it at our birth. Thank you so much for having me today.
We're 2, we're 3, we'll hit it.
See this thing I wear, it's a turban, mate, it covers my hair.
You can have a look, maybe you'll stare, but listen to his story and you might just care.
Started to wear it when I was a kid. Age 1, Mum tied it on, she did. Bit later I thought, what's all about? No other kids wear 'em, I began to doubt. Mum set me down, said, listen son, gonna tell you a story about the number one.
We got one earth, one moon, one sun. We got one heart and we speak with one tongue. And there's one more one that makes the sum. There's one life force in everyone.
Each ant, cat, dog, tree, grass, bird, germ. Each girl, kid, man, mum, snake and worm. Each white, brown, yellow, black, curly or straight. Every tall, short, fat, slow, early or late. We are all one. Telling you son, we are all one. So said my mum.
Now in this world you're gonna meet two sorts. Equal thinkers and they're good sports, but hating dudes that got fearful thoughts. You'll meet them each and every day, and there's haters gonna hate, to quote Tay-Tay. So when the haters hate, don't cringe and cry, don't cross your heart and don't hope to die. Just hold your ground with 2 feet firm. No need to shake, no need to squirm. Remember one thing from now till you're dead, why you wear that thing on your head.